Thanks to everybody for making the effort to come across this afternoon. Obviously we're here to introduce our new head coach, which is probably one of the worst kept secret in the game over the last couple of weeks, and that is Matt Diskin, and we're proud and delighted to have him on board as our next new head coach on a 2-year deal. Obviously Matt has recently been at Dewsbury for the last 3 years and gained...
I haven't, Chris.
Sorry, at Batley. At Batley, just tested for the last 3 years and gained championship experience there in his first head coaching role, which I think in the discussions we've had with Matt, he's been the first to admit has been a steep learning curve, and he's still learning, which is what you would expect. And you know, I'm hoping particularly, and we as a club, that we can give him all the backing that he needs and support that he needs to continue that journey. Obviously, both from a club perspective and from Matt's perspective, it's great news that following Sunday's result that he will be taking over with us now in the Championship, and you know, there's obviously a lot of hard work to be done. Some work has already been done, but obviously until Sunday, you know, we didn't know where we would be playing division-wise next year, but obviously, you know, we're delighted that we're in the Championship, and we recognise the challenges that brings, both to the board, to Matt as head coach, and to the club. But we're all on the same wavelength and really looking forward to everything ahead now for the next 2 years as a minimum. So there's no big long speech. I think it's probably better if you want to ask myself or Matt questions, and then we can do some one-on-ones and get some pictures after as well.
Will you be bringing a backroom staff, or will Oldham's current backroom staff, like Pete Carey, be keeping within the club?
It's my first day in the job, so there's literally no decisions been made yet. So we're going to come in this week, we're going to sit down, probably discuss that in more detail. But at present, there's no decisions made either way.
Right. Have you watched the team?
I have, yes.
Yeah. Were you impressed, I hope?
Very impressed. I think Scott Nail over the last 7 years did a fantastic job with them. I think to lead them to 2 promotions in that period, and you look at the game on Sunday, they play a very tough, uncompromising game, which is very effective for them, and you know, you can see that they work exceptionally hard for each other. And the result of the weekend was fantastic. A little bit too nervous at times watching it, as probably you guys were, but to come from where they've done in Newcastle with the budget that they're spending, the achievement of Oldham was fantastic.
You mentioned there the style they played this season. Is that something you're going to stick with, or are you going to bring your own style of playing?
I'm quite passionate about how I want the game to be played. I want it to be quite attractive and free-flowing, but I've also made the mistake previously of trying to make all those changes en masse, and you can't do that. Obviously, from past experience, that's mistakes I've made. What Scott's done over the last 7 years is fantastic, and the squad play a very disciplined, very tough, uncompromising brand of rugby. So it's my challenge now is to try and improve upon the hard work that Scott's done.
And in terms of the squad, obviously your first day in, is it going to be sort of the next few days sitting down and seeing exactly who's already in the club, who's already contracted, and what you need to bring in? And
yeah, well, we've been reviewing the squad. We've been reviewing them. Myself in particular watched a lot of video over the last couple of weeks, and we've got some real quality there. We're under no illusion, the Championship's a very tough division, and we are going to have to make improvements on the squad there, but some very talented players within it that I know Chris is working hard to retain.
How did the appointment come about? Did the club approach you, or did you approach the club?
The club went through an interview process. Unfortunately for me, I came out on top of it.
Was it a bit of a wrench to leave Batley?
It was disappointing. Obviously, it was their option not to renew the contract after the 3 years, and for me, it was a real baptism of fire. And as I said before, I'm evolving as a coach. I'm learning all the time, and you're always looking to improve. And the experience I've had there is going to bear me in good stead with my appointment at Oldham. I've learned plenty of lessons along the way, done some good things as well, which we will bring in here. And yeah, I was disappointed to leave. You know, I'd be lying if I didn't say that. But you know, you're on to pastures new, and it's a new opportunity to improve upon what I've already done, learn the lessons that I need to learn, and improve as a coach, and hopefully build on the hard work that Scott's done in getting Oldham back to the Championship in the next 2 years is to establish us as a full-on Championship side.
So long-term thinking, where do you think the club can go?
I think the first priority is to establish them as a out-and-out championship side. You know, been down in League One for a couple of years. Scott and his team did a great job to get them back up there. It's my task now is to keep us there for the foreseeable future.
And Chris, in terms of the interview process, what made Matt stand out over everybody else that you spoke to?
I think his honesty. You know, we've always been open and honest people, and Matt came across very well and was quite clear cut in terms of his vision, what he wanted, what he didn't want, and what have you. And that fitted in with the aims and the visions and the philosophies of the club as well, so it was a good fit. And obviously, you know, he's been a player at the top level for a number of years and has made that transition to being, first of all, an assistant coach and then a head coach, so he's done his apprenticeship, if you like. And obviously, you know, doing 3 years in the Championship, and all the time we were hoping we were going to be in the Championship. It's a good bedrock for him now to come into Oldham.
One for you, Chris. Where will we be playing next year?
That will be revealed soon, David. But we're playing in the Championship.
Good one.
It's more a comment, this, I suppose, Matt, but a rejuvenated Matt Diskin, having had the challenges that you had at Batley, coming into a club like this, are you fully refreshed and rearing to go at this job?
I don't think I needed refreshing. You know, I'm in a fortunate position. I coach because I love the game, and I don't need to do it for a wage, which is quite unique for most coaches. I do it because I'm passionate about the game, and I love coaching. I love seeing players develop. I love seeing the growth that they can go on. And my task in the next 2 years is to establish this club as a championship team that deserves to be there and is looked at as a full championship team, not something that's going to be there for the next 1 or 2 years. We want to be there long term.
It's a funny competition, the Championship, really, isn't it? Because of the amount of money that other clubs are spending in it. There's such a wide variation. How do you overcome that?
Yeah, it's a tough one. There's a massive disparity from top to bottom, and you know, you get the odd. I wouldn't say flukes because that's hard. It's not right. But you look at York this year, who did exceptionally well, but York still came into the division spending more than the majority of the lower end of the Championship. So they're coming with a budget still bigger than your Dewsburys and Batleys and Swintons and so on. I don't think I'm going to have that luxury to come in with a budget such as York, so we're going to have to do things a little bit differently. Because recruitment's going to have to be very precise, get the right people in that are going to buy into the values of the club and what we're trying to achieve here.
In terms of recruitment, do you already have your eye on a few players?
We have, yeah. We've been doing little bits. It's hard. We couldn't do too much before Sunday, and obviously the result was there because obviously it does affect what we can and can't spend, you know, depending on which division we're in there. But we have got targets in place, but not naive as well. We're coming to the market behind everybody else. You know, Championship clubs there, they've had all year to recruit. We're coming in now, and you know, totally brutally honest, the real top quality players have already gone. So we are going to have to, you know, research our players a little bit more, look at what they are character-wise, not just how they are as players, and make sure the fit is all together. We can get an our working group, which Scott's already got there, add to that, and add a bit of polish on top of that. I think we'll go okay.
I take it that the players like are now having a holiday. When will you gather them together and start pre-season?
Well, I think they deserve a rest.
Yeah.
As much rest as possible. It's been a tough year for them, one where they finished on a massive high, and you know that emotion needs time to settle, and the bodies need time to rejuvenate. So we'll probably look at mid-November to get them back in.
Yeah. Any other questions? Bedstead?
I think everybody's asked, mainly what needs to be asked. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Should we go and get some pictures outside?
Did Chris know about you not needing to be paid
That wasn't part of the
Yeah,
negotiation.
yeah. Do you not see my head drop when he said that?